hard roof. It's a plastic membrane that's covered the top of your rig. It's pretty good membrane. It'll last, but unfortunately, after UV damage from the sun and just being outside and getting sunburnt, it gets pretty fragile after a while. And then you have to do some patchwork on your roof, and that could be a pain in the ass. And real costly after a while. You'll say, I'm tired of patching, I need a new roof. And by that time, it's almost better to put your rig for sale and bite the bullet for a kind of a newer model. I would never recommend buying a brand new one. You get you a 5-year-old rig, and that would still have the warranties and stuff the rig came with, and they transfer to the new owner, and you're still covered for at least another I'd say 6 years or 7 years if it's 5 years old. Most warranties are like 12 years. 12-year warranties cover the appliances, cover slide outs or whatever extras you might have. So that comes in handy. If you're full timing, though, it sucks because then you lose your house. Then you got all your crap that you'll have a mechanic walking into your rig to fix whatever's broken. Might be going through your stuff, and you're like, don't like having home invasion, especially when you're not there. Unless you're lucky enough to be able to fix stuff yourself. Things aren't that difficult to fix. AC units are pretty much glorified window units up on the roof. They're not that hard to install. Just getting the damn thing on the roof without making it drop or making yourself fall. That's the hardest part of the job. But definitely not a fun job. If you had somebody that had a little crane or something, they could hoist it up pretty quick, and you'd be happy. You just pull the old AC unit off the mounts and throw it over the side, and so they're poof. And then go ahead and clean the roof area where the new unit's gonna sit, so the new caulking will seal, and everything's gonna be awesome for you again. But the ACs, they usually last a good, I'd say 12 to 14 years. You shouldn't have a problem. And some of them last longer than that, depending on how often they're being used. A lot of used rigs, people bought them to go out have fun with, but all of a sudden things made it so they couldn't really go out as much as they wanted to, or they were planning to, going, yes, let's buy us a travel trailer and spend our weekends and free time out camping somewhere, having a good time. Some people end up going, oh, that's a lot of work. RVing is fun, but the hardest part is when you got it hooked to your rig and you're on the road. That's where your adventure starts, because you just never know what's going to happen on the road. Your vehicle could break down. Your trailer could have a blowout. Your truck could have a blowout. Oh, it's just, it's a venture. Or your car breaks down or something. Or you don't make your turn wide enough and you smack into something with your trailer. Boy, that's a pisser. But the good news is when you finally get to your final destination, you're like, oh, thank God. Now you get to go into your trailer and unpack everything and get it all settled. And now you got a home away from home where you can come out and hang out, meet new people. I'm not a real fan of people bringing big dogs along, like your big golden retrievers, labs, or whatever. And big ass dogs. Most RVers have these little lap dogs, little Pomeranians or little poodles or doodle poodles, some kind of little small yippy dog, which they're okay. They won't tear up your rig as much as a big dog. A big dog could rip holes in your doors. I've seen a picture where a dog has ate a hole through the trailer door trying to get out because the owners left the dog in the trailer when they went out to go have fun. And that dog said, "Bullshit. Ain't gonna keep me in here. I'll knock a hole in this door and have my own doggy door." So, and trailer walls are pretty thin. You're probably about an inch thick, maybe if you're lucky. Sidings of trailers you got to think about when you buy a trailer too. Do you want that trailer is like my trailer? It has a fiberglass siding. Actually, it's not the fiberglass I was hoping for. What that siding is like a fabric fiberglass with the cured side. It's a real thin membrane. Super thin. I was thinking, man, fiberglass siding, that should last forever and be super thick. Should be at least a 1/4 inch thick, I would thought. But no, it's thinner than a bed sheet. How I know is I found out my travel trailer actually on the roof split apart at the front for some reason. I don't know. I could have got hit by a light line one day. I heard a big pop, but I didn't really see any smoke or fire or anything like that. My mom just happened to pull up and say, "Gosh, what happened to your roof?" I'm like, "Nothing that I know of." And there's a big old gap at that corner up there. I was like, "Whoa, shit. That's not good." So I had to fix that pretty quick. Didn't need water or bugs to get in there. That would suck. So we cocked the heck out of it and clamped it and got it shut. So hopefully that will hold. But my rig is a 2004, so I think it's almost seen better days. I'm gonna give it at least 2 more years, and then I'll probably have to decide to either buy another used rig. It's not too old. I'm probably at least a 5-year-old rig, 2016 maybe, or 18. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe a 2019 by that time. And the good thing is, once you buy a travel trailer, your first one, don't spend tons of money on your first one. Get to learn about your RV, because you have 2 power systems in RVs. You got your 120 that you hook up over there. If you're at an RV park, you have a little cord that plugs into your travel trailer, give you shore power, they call it. That's usually 120. And then you have your little 12-volt car battery that supplies power to your lighting, your indoor lights, outdoor lights, your refrigerator while you're cruising down the road. That 12-volt battery works. You don't want to have propane going while you're going down the road, because the pilot light will go out, and next thing you know, you'll have a big fireball that you're towing behind you. So yeah, you gotta make sure your propane's turned off while you're going down the road. You don't want the propane hot water heater going on propane, or your refrigerator running on propane while you're cruising down the road. Just due to the pilot light will go down, and next thing you know, you hit a spark somewhere on the road and your rig just evaporates in front of your eyes. So like, oh, holy crap, did you see that? Oh, that guy neighbor has a nice little smoker. I'm not a bit. I love smoked meat, and unfortunately, I have a propane gas grill right there. The biggest mistake campers do is they'll get a big smoker like that, and they'll start barbecuing next to their rig, and they'll have their awning underneath it, and all of a sudden their awning catches on fire. And you're like, oh, I was smart. And it's always recommended, again, here's this wood burning smoker here, charcoal wood, and it's underneath a dry tree too. That sends ambers into the air, and what happens with ambers? They catch things on fire. So now you got a tree fire going. You're like, shit, stick with propane, people, I know smoked barbecue is awesome, but if you have a good cured gas grill, I really can't taste the difference. But you always want to have your grill about 10 feet away from your rig. Mine's probably about, I'd say, 8 feet away, but that's far enough. Most people recommend about 10 feet. That'd be like an apartment complex or something. Most apartment complexes say, hey, you need to drag your grill about 10 feet away from the apartment complex so you don't burn any